It was another day of heated exchanges in the impeachment inquiry, as Advocate Mpofu stressed that Kekana had lied about how the constitutional amendment came about. Mpofu argued that the amendment did not come from the State Security Agency, but from consultations with former Reserve Bank employee Stephen Goodson and Public Protector Legal Advisor Niels van der Merwe.
This amount of work which was done thoroughly within the Public Protector's Office itself and is not consistent with your theory that the whole issue of constitutional amendment simply came from the SSA and not from the Public Protector.
I never said the theory of amending the Constitution came from the SSA. I indicated that the SSA gave us a note which contained a draft amendment of the Constitution.
Okay, I see. So you never said that the recommendation to change the Constitution came from the SSA?
I said the recommendation that was provided to us came from the SSA.
By that you meant just a piece of paper, or did you mean the recommendation itself, the idea?
The piece of paper.
Oh, I see.
The idea from what I know, according to my personal knowledge, always came from the PP.
Mpofu reiterated that Kekana was not a whistleblower, but a disgruntled employee following his dismissal.
Was a finding of dishonesty made against you by Mr. Fourie?
He did mention that, but I was not charged with that.
I do not find in the guilty findings on the charges which Mr. Kekana faced to have included in charge 1, 2, and 3 a finding that says I accordingly find him guilty of dishonesty.
Mpofu pressed on even harder.
You are not a whistleblower. We established that yesterday. You, as you are doing now, are retaliating for the company for getting rid of you for your dishonesty. Then that is not whistleblowing. It's the exact opposite. You are not a whistleblower. You are a whistle inhaler.
Kekana stood his ground that the constitutional amendment proposal was beyond the scope of the investigation and irrelevant. Meanwhile, Kekana was also quizzed about whether he knew about a secret meeting between Mkhwebane and former President Jacob Zuma over the CX report. He considered that he did not know about it. Mpofu says Mkhwebane will testify that there was no such a meeting. Kekana was also quizzed on the alleged instruction issued by Mkhwebane to remove the names of politicians from the Friede Dairy Farm report. It emerged yesterday that this included former Free State Premier Ace Magashule and Agriculture MEC Mosebenzi Zwane.
From our report, we did remove the. I don't think our report had such findings, but I remember previous reports had such findings, and in our report we did remove anything that was negative towards the political office bearers.
The impeachment inquiry continues. Ulilani Philip, SABC News, Parliament.